What if I told you that sounding like a native English speaker has nothing to do with perfect grammar? Welcome to Earworm English, where real fluency is about how you speak, not how many words you know. In this episode, we'll uncover simple yet powerful tricks most learners overlook, like shadowing, using natural phrases and chunks, and mastering tone and rhythm. If you're ready to speak English like it's second nature, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And here's a question for you. Which English phrase or accent do you find the hardest to imitate? Let us know below. Stick around, your most natural sounding English is just a few minutes away.
Have you ever felt that, the English grammar, you've got the vocab down, but, when you actually speak, something's just a bit off?
Oh, absolutely. It's super common for language learners.
Yeah.
You feel like you should sound fluent, but it comes out sounding kind of textbook-ish.
Exactly. Textbook-ish. So today we're going to dive into why that happens and what you can actually do about it.
Yeah, the sources we looked at really hit on something interesting.
Yeah.
It's often less about what you're saying and much more about how you're saying it, the delivery.
Right, the delivery. So if you're trying to sound more natural, more confident when you speak English, this is definitely for you.
Okay, so the first thing that often trips people up is what our source calls the too formal trap.
The too formal trap. I like that. It's like the English you learn in books isn't always the English people use, like down the pub or chatting with friends.
Precisely. It's grammatically perfect, sure, but it can sound a bit unnatural in casual conversation, a bit stiff.
Like wearing your best suit to, I don't know, a barbecue.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. Real spoken English is, messier. It uses shortcuts.
Yeah, the source gave a brilliant example. You wouldn't really say, I am going to the store, would you?
Not usually, no. Not in relaxed speech.
You'd say,
I'm going to go to the store. Even just going to go to the store.
I'm going to go. It just flows better, doesn't it? Sounds more, normal.
It does. And using those contractions, those little shortcuts, it signals comfort and familiarity with the language. It's a small thing, but it makes a difference.
Which leads us nicely into the main trick or technique the source suggests, and this really makes sense. Imitation, not translation.
Yes. This is key. Translating word for word from your native language. It really slows you down.
And it makes your sentences sound kind of clunky, right? Because sentence structures are different.
Exactly. Native speakers aren't translating. They're thinking in English.
Yeah.
The thoughts just sort of come out in the English patterns.
So how do you imitate effectively? The source lays out some steps. Watch someone. Pause.
Right. Watch a short clip, maybe an actor you like, could be Emma Watson, Chris Evans, whoever, or even a podcaster. Pause the video.
And then repeat everything. Yeah, not just the words.
Yes, everything. The source really emphasizes this. Copy the tone, the rhythm, the little pauses, the ups and downs in their voice. The whole melody.
The melody. I like that. Don't worry so much about getting every single word perfect at first. Just get the sound, the music of it.
Precisely. You absorb the natural flow that way. And choosing someone whose voice you actually enjoy listening to makes practice less of a chore.
Definitely more fun.
Yeah.
Okay, then there's this concept of speaking in chunks. What's that about?
Well, native speakers don't always build sentences word by word from scratch. We have like these pre-made phrases ready to go.
Ah, like little building blocks.
Yeah, exactly. Common phrases you hear all the time. The source gives examples like,
No way, or you know what I mean?
or let me get this straight. Stuff like that. The chunks of language we use automatically.
And the challenge mentioned is to try and learn, say, 5 new chunks a day and use them.
Yeah, learn 5 and try to actively use each one maybe 5 times. The idea is it rapidly makes you sound, well, maybe not 10 times more natural overnight, but significantly more natural, much faster.
Building that toolkit of real English phrases. Okay, what about pronunciation? That feels like a big one. People worry about their accent.
They do, but the source is quite reassuring here. It says, look, a perfect native accent isn't really the main goal.
Okay, so what is?
Clarity, confidence, being understood easily, that's what matters most, and focusing on things like word stress.
Putting the emphasis on the right part of the word.
Right. And intonation, the rise and fall of your voice, and also linking words together smoothly, how native speakers often connect the end of one word to the start of the next.
Like, what are you doing? Becoming what you're doing.
Exactly like that. And a practical tip, though maybe a bit awkward feeling at first, is to record yourself.
Oh, yeah. Record yourself speaking.
Yeah. And then listen back and compare it to a native speaker saying the same thing. It really helps you notice the differences in rhythm or linking.
I can see how that would be useful, even if hearing your own voice is a bit weird.
It can be, but it's super effective. Finally, the source talks about shadowing.
Shadowing. Sounds intense.
It's actually a technique used by actors and serious language learners, polyglots. It's really powerful.
So how does it work?
You basically play maybe 10 seconds of audio or video of a native speaker.
Okay.
And you try to speak along at the same time as them. You're literally shadowing their speech, trying to match their speed, their rhythm, their pauses, everything, almost simultaneously.
Wow. Okay, so you're not waiting and repeating, you're talking with them.
Exactly. It forces your brain and your mouth to keep up and start processing and producing English in that natural flow. It helps bypass that urge to translate internally.
Training your brain to think in English, basically.
That's the goal. Developing that muscle memory for the sounds and rhythms.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the big takeaways. Number 1, stop translating in your head so much.
Right. Start imitating. Really listen to how native speakers sound, the melody.
Use those chunks, those ready-made phrases.
Build your collection and try shadowing.
And remember, clarity and natural flow over a perfect accent.
Absolutely. Focus on being understood and sounding comfortable. Don't chase perfection. Chase naturalness.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How much communication happens beyond just the words themselves. Maybe getting the sound right is a key to not just being understood, but actually, connecting.
Well said. It's about feeling the language, not just speaking it.